20 seconds of Thailand, Thailand Rob, and 1 year with shingles. 1 year with shingles. 1 year of shingles. That's unheard of. No, it's not. Google it. It happens to some of the few and the rare and the elite like me. So when I was young, around 12 or 13, it was seventh grade. I remember I had the first time I ever experienced shingles. So you get chickenpox first, then after you have chickenpox, you are susceptible to getting shingles as an adult, but usually over 50. So when I went to the doctor and was diagnosed with shingles at that young age, the doctor said it was the first case he had ever seen, and two stabbing razor sharp pains in my abdomen, in the back side of my abdomen. Worst pain I ever felt in my entire life. Last 2 weeks, and as a kid, I barely remember it. I just remember it felt like being stabbed with a razor sharp knife, or actually, it felt like I was being cut with a razor, a dull razor. It was very painful, very, very, very painful. But then I thought, okay, well, I'm done. No. Exactly 1 year ago, I was in America. And as soon as I landed, 2 days later, I had a very sharp, dense pain in my neck. And I thought it was just from flying 24 hours. The next day, I noticed one rash on my arm. I can't see it now, but one rash on my arm. And I thought I was having a reaction to, what's that whiskey called? Fireball. Because I'd met up with some friends and we did a shot of Fireball. And I thought, well, I guess I'm allergic to Fireball. And that's what I thought that night when I went to bed. The next morning I wake up and now it's starting to crawl down my arm. Now the pictures you're getting ready to see, some of you might think it's gross and graphic, but this is what it looked like after, 3 or 4 days of having shingles on my right arm. If you've never had shingles before, what happens is the chickenpox virus stays in your body and is dormant, but can come out during, well, they have no idea why it does. And usually it only happens once in your lifetime, but in my case, it's been twice. And since I've had extended problems, there's a chance it could happen to me a third time. And I tell you what, it's the worst pain ever in my entire life. And even women will tell you that it's as bad or worse, some degrees of than giving birth. That's what women say. So it's bad. So after this was going down my arm, I went to the doctor and the doctor said, yes, you have shingles. It only shows up on one side of your body. So it was on the back of my neck, down my arm. This time it did not go to my abdomen. I don't know why, but it just stayed on the arm and all the way down to my pinky and my thumb. And after 2 weeks, I was hoping everything would get better, but it did not. I ended up being one of the few people on earth, again, lucky me, that has complications from shingles. And it lasted, I shouldn't laugh at that. I have discomfort in my arm for 10 months. I had pain for 4 to 5 months of pain. Then the pain receded. The pain resided. I'm reciting. Then the pain receded, but then there was so much nerve damage on my arm. To this day, in some parts of my arm, there's still dead nerve endings. I've got mild scarring on this arm from it. Like if you can, I don't know if you can see it in the camera right here, but you'll see these white dots. That's scarring from the scabs after the shingles pops and oozes and does all the really pretty fun stuff and leaks and no, it's just gross. Then after all that, then it gets all crackly and crumbly and starts to peel off. And because it's itching, it's also itching, by the way. So you want to scratch it, but you don't want to scratch Yeah, because then you're going to start pulling off skin, which will leave scars. It's so great. There is a vaccine that people can have now. And people have asked me, am I going to get the vaccine? And I think I will. I've debated it because I've had shingles twice now, but there is one theory out there that if you've had shingles, and if you've had shingles more than once, and if you've had shingles more than once and you had complications afterwards, it might be good to get the vaccine. But I'll tell you, even though I'm okay now, the pain was so bad that I understood why people that are in pain, I understand why they get addicted to medicines or they just don't want to go on anymore. It's that bad. I'm not a weak person when it comes to pain. I can take pain. I can keep going on. But this was to the point that I wouldn't even speak to people. And I stayed in bed for like 2 weeks. I didn't want to do anything. But the point that I'm trying to get to in this video is if you've ever had the chicken pox, you have a chance of getting shingles. You can't get shingles from another person with shingles, but you can get chicken pox. But if you get chicken pox, you can have shingles. And you just don't want the pain. And if you're in any place where you can get a vaccine for a decent cost or free, that's even better. I highly recommend that you get it. I have there's no monetary gain in this video. No one is sponsoring me to send you off to get this vaccine. If you're anti-vaccine, I understand. You can just deal with it if you ever have it. There was a Thai friend of mine over here. She got shingles just a month ago, and it was very painful, but luckily for her, it was just the 2-week cycle and she was done. And that's good. But I want to let you know that there is a chance that you could have complications with shingles. I've had, now being a year since it broke out, I can tell you I'm not 100%, but this arm is at least 98%, 97% back to normal. I can feel the skin. The whole sleeve of skin was dead. Everything was, all the skin, all the nerve endings on this arm were dead. And it felt, I don't know how to describe it. It felt like you were wearing a sleeve of something, you couldn't touch your own skin. It was terrible. And that's the bright and happy news that I brought from Thailand for you today. Aren't I great? Anyway, I hope to see you in the next video and hope to make something a little bit more fun and spunky. But on this one, I wanted to give you an update on what happened to me with the shingles and what I'm planning on doing as far as the vaccine. Yes, whenever I show up somewhere, if I can afford it over here in Thailand, if I walk in and if they have it and it's a reasonable price, I will get the vaccine. And if it's unreasonable, then I guess I'll have to maybe take a chance or something. But on that note, see you guys later. Take care. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.